of course, the surf lifesaving season not too far. October the 8th is about to get up and start.
The flags will be out, mate. The flags will be out.
I know you'll be keen to mention yourself in a story here. I know you will, mate.
I'm thinking.
Natasha Tunney is our special guest from the Surf Lifesaving Club at Glenelg. Tash, thanks for coming in.
Not a problem.
Start of the season, what's that mean for the Surf Lifesaving Club?
It means we're getting ready to put the red and yellow flags up to start patrols on the beaches and start getting things, safe and educating members of the public, and also getting our competition side. So it means we're coming out of hibernation, really.
Yeah, the competition side. You know, when we hear the competition side, we've all seen it down there, and it's fantastic when it's happening. For you, you've been the high achiever at both ends.
Yep.
Your kids are about to get involved in it.
Yep.
Is there an excitement that you see in them that you remember when you first got involved?
Yeah, it's the fun of experiencing the new experiences. So with my daughter, she's just coming into the surf boat side, so the senior side of the surf club after doing nippers since she was 5. And watching, it's more so the camaraderie and the mateship, and they're at that stage where they're starting to talk about having trips away and interstate competing, and you boys can probably appreciate when you have those experiences where you travel together and go away together. That's that fun and camaraderie, and that's where they're at with their stage and age. So it's really exciting for them to...
You're an extremely busy lady. You are extremely busy. I read up on you this morning a little bit, and the more I read, the more I go, hang on a minute, you've got to get some time off here eventually, because you're a secretary of the boats as well, but you're a coordinator of all this stuff. And I read a story this morning how it was you and I forget the name of the other person who put this event together, which was a massive event in about 10 days. It was just incredible. Do you ever get some time off? That's what I want to know.
Not really, but I actually enjoy it. It is my downtime. I work in my day job. I work in oncology, which can be a pretty full-on career. And so for me, doing the surf lifesaving and doing that volunteer aspect and working with members, I love it. I really enjoy it. So it's giving something back, and it's a bit of a downtime for me.
Well, you've been part of surf lifesaving for a long time. You've represented South Australia many times. What about some of the, you talk about camaraderie, what about some of the successful trips that you went on and represented South Australia, some good memories?
Yeah. I think just as recent as last year, like our recent state team going away as an older competitor in a state team, but just seeing the youth come together and seeing South Australia having success on a national level that we've not had in the past before, particularly within our surf boat area, but also our beach competitors are, winning medals in the open events, and that's something that we haven't been strong at for a long time. So we're starting to have that.
Is that because we're more competitive locally?
And we're getting, I think, better with our coaching and our development, and we've got more focused on that. There's a state is driving that high performance programs and, educating coaches and athletes and really trying to get more knowledge out there and, get athletes just more schooled and ready for those sort of stages.
Hey, Tash, I want to take you back in time a little bit. 1998, silver medal in the surf boat. Now, some of the viewers won't know the meaning of surf boat. Can you just give us a quick overview of surf boat racing?
Well, they say if you line everyone up against the brick wall and throw bricks at them, the ones that don't duck are the boat rowers. So you have to have a slight element of crazy, I think, to row surf boats. But it's that shared experience. It's very much you rely on your teammates, and it's very much a trusting thing. But you do row out backwards into the ocean. You need to sort of wedge your bather bottoms up your butt so you can actually slide on the seat, because the seats don't roll like a river rowing boat. And you race out through the surf, and then you turn around a can and hopefully catch a wave on the way back in. So it's a lot of fun, high adrenaline when you're out in the surf. It's a hard slog when it's flat water, which we often get here, but it is great fun.
I get a little bit jumpy when I'm on the Popeye. What got you into that sport? What got you into rowing backwards into the ocean?
I think it was actually watching the older women in our club. When I was 14, women's surf boats were just starting, so it wasn't a thing. And we had a group of older women, sort of in their late 20s, who joined the club, and they'd come from representing Australia as river rowers, and they were just a lot of fun and really competitive and fit. And I sort of was like, I want to, be like those girls, and ended up rowing with them and having some success with them. But it's just just wanting to be part of that. I'm very team orientated, so wanting to be part of that team and that experience.
But surely you would have seen some of those YouTube videos.
No, we didn't have that around in my day.
Just flipping and some of those big waves, that make it pretty hard.
I think some of the parents now, they because we live stream all of the events, and so there's so much footage out there that some of the parents I think don't come because they don't want to see it.
But it's probably okay in Adelaide, but when you go and represent South Australia and you go to the Gold Coast, some of those waves or in Victoria, they're huge.
Yeah. You're sort of 6 to 8 foot. We had at Aussies just gone, and pretty gnarly. But it's all timing, and I think one of the things that we drive here in SA and across the country is that you don't go out unless you're comfortable, and it's very much a crew decision. If one person's not comfortable, nobody goes. So you just sort of stick within your limits as well. So
hey, Tash, the change in technology. My dad was a lifesaver, so it was back with the rope going out, and the bloke with the vest, and swim out and save someone. That's kind of not so much now. We've got the with the drones and all that. What's been the biggest positive change you've seen the last couple of years?
Oh, I really think they call it the EOG, so the Emergency Operations Group, the activation that they've had and the new technology. So we've got the drones, we've got the helicopters, the jet boats, the jet skis are starting to become more frontline. So I think we'll see in years to come that the jet skis will be at every surf club, and there'll be a piece of equipment that we have. So just the advances, and what it means is that the volunteers, they get to play on all of those toys, which is awesome. So there's really any member who goes on to get their bronze can then go on to be in the helicopter crew. They can drive the jet boats, be on the jet skis, fly the drones. We've got a state sort of operations centre that's being set up at the moment, which will have a huge TV wall with all cameras and footage to help activate those emergencies and really see what's going on around the state. So there's some really sort of exciting advances, and that's amazing for the state to have that sort of technology out there.
The rivalry.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I enjoy about the sport, because we've got some really big clubs here in SA, some really big surf life-saving clubs. Who is the biggest rivals? Who doesn't like each other? Who likes to get into each other?
Well, I think you've got your Grange and your Seacliff. Everyone loves to love them and loves to hate them because they are such good competitors. They're the two probably strong competitive clubs. Grange for a very, very long time with their juniors. Glenelg recently have just gone 2 years back to back for juniors, but Seacliff also very, very strong, particularly in their senior ranks.
Massive club.
They've got really good coaching programs down there, good resources, facilities. But you see clubs like Southport, smaller club, but got a fantastic coach down there at the moment. One of their Boggo, one of their, was a competitor, now coming through older and is taking on that coaching and that lead role. And Alex has done a fantastic job, and they're getting success at nationals now with a smaller group, albeit, but doing good things.
So there's some up-and-coming clubs as well.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
Just your Seacliff and
Port Elliot, meddling at Aussies in the beach sprints, Christie's Beach, all of those clubs have all, Goolwa's now established, and they're not so much on the competitive ranks, but they're doing a lot of rescues, and they're really justifying having that club down at Goolwa.
The memberships are strong across the board, from nippers right up, and volunteers, of course, as you said, so important.
Yep. The junior numbers are massive around the country. It's one of the biggest, sporting organisations, and that really then feeds through to our senior ranks. So our biggest challenge, which is probably every sports challenge, is hanging on to these kids in that 13, 14, 15 bracket and keeping them engaged, and that's where we're trying to sort of leverage those rescue things and give them different avenues to go to, different pathways.
Hey Tash, just before we came to air, we're talking to you, started when you were 8, 42, and in great shape at 42, I might say too. I'd like to be in somewhere like that at 64. We always get asked that question. My kids go down, they go for a swim and go, at early age, Dad, are we going to see a shark? And people come from overseas and stay with us. I think we're just infested with sharks. In your journey, 34 years, have you ever seen one? Have you ever been out on the ski boat, out in the boat?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
There's a decent-sized shark.
They're there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop me from going out. I think if you're, it's just having a bit of an awareness. Like you know when it's sharky. When you've got, the birds feeding and, there's a school of fish, don't necessarily go over to that area. So it's just about being educated, dawn and dusk, those sort of times of the days when, they're more likely to be active in feeding.
So across the journey for you, would you average one every how many years?
In the 30 odd years that I've been doing surf, I've seen probably 4.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
You know,
So
for the amount of
you're talking
time
nearly
I've spent in the
one every
water.
8 years.
I'm glad we're winding it up, actually.
Yeah.
Because you know I could bring some
Oh,
shark
no,
stories.
Endo wants to tell you about his shark attack on
But
his
we'll,
foot.
we'll have to leave it for another
Yeah,
time.
mate,
Got bitten.
still a question mark over
Doesn't
whether it was
matter.
actually
You've got
a
more
shark.
chance of being struck by lightning. So.
Natasha, really appreciate you coming in. It's marvellous what you do at Glenelg Surf Life Saving Club, of course, one of the brilliant surf life saving clubs here, along with many others along the shore here in South Australia. Stay with us, still a bit more to come.